glad to have the mastermind behind the qualification of the Black Stars into the World Cup. Coach Otto Addo is my guest. And I mean, Coach, hope all is well.
Yes, fine, thank you.
You speak Tree, Coach.
Yes, a little bit.
We'll be glad to interview you in Tree for the first time. I've not heard you grant any interview in Tree.
Are you sure?
Yes. Apume.
Yeah, we'll go.
Good. Coach, walk us through. I mean, the qualifiers. How was it?
Yeah, I think each game has its own nature. We did pretty well from the start. Beginning with the Mali game away, it was really, really tough, but we won it away, and this was the start of a good World Cup qualifying. Got World Cup qualification.
Okay. So, I mean, our group wasn't that easy. Which of the teams gave you the toughest match?
I think, to be honest, Mali. Mali is a very, very strong team, the strongest among all those teams. But surely Madagascar and Comoros also did really, really well, and they were not easy to play.
So the Malians, which particular game? The one we played here or the one in Mali?
Oh, both. Both were tough. Tough to play. I think you can see also from the result, but also from the intensity in both games that Mali and we were all actually leveled up. We had, or we did some few things differently and better than them. That's why we won.
That's fine. So, amongst your players, which players, I mean, at a point in time, improved extremely well during the qualifiers?
I think all of the players improved, first of all, but surely there were some, especially at the end, some new players who impressed me. But every player played his part, and it's difficult to compare because some were very good in a leadership role, like Jordan Ayew, like Thomas Partey, like Kudus as well. But we also had a lot of new players coming in, surprising and doing pretty well, even though they didn't play with the team for a long time, like Caleb Ewanshi, like Zibo, like Jonas Ajite. So there are a lot of players who really impressed me.
What was the toughest decision you made during the qualifiers? Will you say Andre Dedeayu's expulsion from your squad was the toughest decision you made?
There are a lot of tough decisions, and you know it's difficult. And I said before, like I don't like to talk about players who are not in the squad. So there were a lot of players we didn't call so far, and it's always tough to leave a player out because I know how it is and how it feels as a player. But surely, me as a head coach, I have to make decisions. But yeah, really, really tough to leave players out, especially if they're performing. We have a lot of players in Europe, especially, who haven't been called, and because the quality in the squad was so high.
At a point, Ghana was finding it extremely difficult to win games, but things changed at a point. At that material point, when things were not going on as planned, what was going through your mind? I mean, when Ghanaians were at a point giving you pressure, Coach Otto Addo needs to win. At that particular point, what was going through your mind?
So I think as a coach, you have a different perspective on games. You don't only look at the results. It's the same like when we win 5-0. I don't only look at the good things, what happened, but I also see and watch afterwards the bad things. And for the public, if we win 5-0, everything's good. And then for a coach, there's still a lot of points where I know we can improve. And it's the same way other way around. When you lose, it's not like everything's bad. There are lots of things which were positive also. Like, let's say, in these AFCON qualifications, we were fourth in creating chances, good chances, behind Morocco, Egypt, and I think Tunisia. And we were fourth, but it was just the thing that we didn't execute well. So there are also a lot of positives already there. And this surely make me believe that we can turn things around once we start scoring.
What's the yardstick you use when you are selecting players for the Black Stars?
I mean, I always look at the big schedule, and it's about who are we playing against. It's about who's available at the moment, and then it's also about my philosophy and who can fulfill this best. So, and then it's also the performance, the actual performance from the player in his club. So a lot of things which we have to consider, and at the end we make the decision.
There is this advocacy from the masses indicating strongly that you should deliberately, I mean, add some of the local players into your squad uh, for the World Cup. What's your take on that?
Yes, so for me, I said it from the beginning. There's no local and there's no foreign player or whatsoever. It's all about good players, and we want the best for the nation, and we want the best players for the nation. So I'm not looking at where you're playing at. I'm looking at your performance, surely in your club, and then also surely the league you play. But it doesn't mean that if you're a local player, you don't have a chance. If you're good to fit in the system which we want to play, then surely you can also make it as a local player. So I don't really care about if you're local or if you're non-local. You're Ghanaian. You're good to play, and it's about the performance you have, which will indicate if you can make it to the squad or not.
Now you've qualified the country to the World Cup. I mean, back to back. Now that you've qualified Ghana to the World Cup, what's your immediate priority for the Black Stars? Like your priority?
Surely to still to improve, to shape the team, to look if we can have any additions. But I know in 8 months things will look also differently. So we have to look at the consistent performance of players. We have to look about injuries. Some will come back from injuries. Some will, yeah, hopefully not. But I know how it is. We'll get injuries. So we have to be looking about a whole lot of things. And then at the end, we will decide who will go to the World Cup. But I think like the core of this group, which we already have because they did well, will go.
That's fine. But I want to be specific on some players. I mean, uh, one is Inketia. I mean, it came up and people were talking about it. Saying at a point, Ghana called him and he said he's not ready at that particular point in time. Now we've heard he's saying he's ready, and some Ghanaians are not happy with it because they feel when he was needed most, he turned his back to us and all such players. Will you still consider such players, most especially in Ketia?
Yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, I don't like to talk about players who are not in the squad and who weren't in the squad. So we will prove each cage singularly. And for us, it's very important, first of all, the performance of a player. If he can be an add-on, if he's better than the player who's in his position. And then surely also the commitment and everything which comes around. And we will assess each and every player who's available, and then we'll decide whether to call or not.
Your first stint with the Black Stars and this current one, what's the difference?
So the first coming, I think, to be honest, was really, really massive because there was even more pressure. No, I mean, almost nobody believed in me, except the FA and surely family, friends, the fan club. And it was very, very difficult situation because we had a lot of injuries those time, and then also some suspensions. And playing Nigeria, which had a very, very big and good team, was very, very difficult. The preparation time was very, very short, so it was really, really massive, I think.
When you failed to qualify the Black Stars to the AFCON, there was pressure. Did you at a point in time decided to quit?
No, I'm not a quitter. The only thing where I would quit is like I won't believe in myself, but I always believe in myself, and I know that there was so much more to come with this team, with this group, and there was a lot of noise, especially off the pitch, which we had to manage. There were a lot of distractions, which didn't help the team, also from the media. So at the end, I think we solved it quite well, and then we could concentrate more on football, which is more important. And I think we had a good World Cup qualification then. So I was really, really happy how the the process was going, from also for the players to develop, to process, to work together, to unite, and then to have the right results.
Will you say at a point the media wasn't fair to you?
Actually, I don't know exactly because I don't read too much and I don't listen too much. But I know that there should also always be a certain line, and nobody should insult or be aggressive towards any player or coach. In general, it hasn't got anything to do with me. There should be certain lines should be drawn, and there should be a certain respect in good and in bad times.
That's fine. But coach, it seems you really know how to dance. Is this you?
This is me, yeah.
Do you follow our entertainment industry?
Not too much. Sometimes, I have friends, they send me some things, but I don't like follow and go. Yeah, unless somebody sends me something.
But Uchi so
Miti.
kakra.
Yeah.
Okay. Your boy abaso what the why na ya bepɛ sɛ wobɛgye wo ho ayɛ adwuma paa na nneɔma nso ɛtumi akɔ yie wo ne Ghanafoɔ ɛnka twi kakra ma
okay.
na woka akyerɛ Ghanafoɔ.
Yeah, me da se kɛkɛ sɛ obia di nkyi nti me hope sɛ yɛbɛ perform ɛwɔ World Cup na yeah ɛno
Coach, thank you very much
okay.
for your time.
Okay.
And again, congratulations for your qualification. And it's not easy to do it back to back. You are the first Ghanaian to do that. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.